This video is from a series of videos all about the Walt Disney World resorts. In this video, we are going to take a close look at the deluxe resorts in the Magic Kingdom area. So the four that we're going to talk about in this video are the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, the Polynesian Village Resort, the Contemporary Resort, and the Wilderness Lodge. Whenever I'm meeting with a client for the first time, especially a client that's never visited Walt Disney World before, this is where I like to start the conversation. I like to start with the deluxe resorts because the deluxe resorts are going to get you the closest to each of the theme parks. And in particular, I really love the Magic Kingdom area for folks that have never visited Disney World before. The Magic Kingdom is the original theme park at Walt Disney World, and it really is what a lot of people think of when they think of Disney World. Before we get too far into our video, I want to be sure to introduce myself. My name is Katie Ackland. I'm a travel planner specializing in Disney vacations. If you are thinking of taking a Disney vacation, I would love for you to consider me as your travel planner. All of my contact information is down below. So again, in this video, we are going to talk about the deluxe resorts in the Magic Kingdom area. I want to start by talking about the monorail resorts. So the Grand Floridian, the Polynesian, and the Contemporary are all on the monorail loop. There is a fourth resort that we are going to talk about in this video. We're going to talk about the Wilderness Lodge at the very end, but the Wilderness Lodge is not on the monorail. Okay, so what's so awesome about these monorail resorts? Well, first, they give you quick and easy access to the Magic Kingdom via the monorail. They also give you quick access to Epcot via the monorail, although it's not quite as quick and easy as Magic Kingdom. You would need to take your resort monorail to the TTC and then change monorails and head on over to Epcot. These resorts are great for midday breaks or returning for naps. They are ideal for families with young children or guests with mobility concerns. If you stay at one of the monorail resorts, you're going to have fireworks views and you'll be able to see the nighttime water parade from your resort. Note that these views of the fireworks at the Magic Kingdom and the nighttime water parade, they might not necessarily be viewable from your room at the resort, unless you decide to get a room of that level, but they will be visible from the resort in general, from the beaches at your resort. First up on the monorail loop is the Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. The Grand Floridian is arguably the most beautiful resort on Disney property. It's elegant, it has Victorian charm with upscale touches, it has live piano music and seasonal decor in the grand lobby. I do want to note that I'm making this video in April of 2025, and it was just announced that they are going to be refurbishing the lobby of the Grand Floridian this winter. And so the Christmas seasonal decor, including the gingerbread houses that the Grand Floridian is so famous for, will not be there for this Christmas season, so Christmas 2025. I'm sure that the refurbishment will be amazing, though, and it will be even more beautiful when it's finished. Another great perk of staying at one of the deluxe resorts is that many of the deluxe resorts, not all, but many, have standard rooms that sleep up to 5 adults. And I can show you that in this picture right here of the Grand Floridian. So this is a typical standard room. It's got 2 queen beds. Okay, that's going to be the first 4 people. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this sofa actually flips out into a single bed. Now, it's not a typical sofa bed. It's not going to extend all the way over this far, but rather it sort of flips downward and it is about the size of a single bed. It might be a little bit smaller. It's definitely big enough for an adult. My adult children really like sleeping on these single beds. The Grand Floridian has great access to the Magic Kingdom. It is on the monorail loop, so obviously you can take the monorail. You could also walk to the Magic Kingdom from the Grand Floridian. You would take the monorail to Epcot and the bus to all other parks and Disney Springs. All of the deluxe resorts have pools with water slides, so the Grand Floridian is definitely going to have that. They also have a kids splash pad themed to Alice in Wonderland. For each of the resorts that we're going to talk about today, I'm going to highlight some of the different dining options. These are definitely not all of the dining options, though. I'm just giving you guys just some highlights. So for the Grand Floridian, I'm going to highlight 1900 Park Fare. This is character dining. It's a breakfast and dinner character buffet that may include Aladdin, Cinderella, Mirabelle, and Princess Tiana. Okay, working our way around the monorail, we're going to arrive at the Polynesian Village Resort. And if you're taking a look at the photos that I'm sharing, hopefully you are immediately noticing how different this is from the Grand Floridian. The Polynesian Village Resort has a tropical, laid-back island escape type vibe. You're going to see lots of tiki torches, lush landscaping, and a beachy feel. This resort also has standard rooms that sleep up to 5 adults. And again, you would take the monorail to the Magic Kingdom and Epcot, and you would take the bus to all other parks. But note that at the Polynesian, you are not going to be able to walk to the Magic Kingdom. You would take the monorail. Again, it's a deluxe, so you're going to have that pool with water slide. It's got the lava pool with volcano slide and waterfall, and a couple of dining options that I want to highlight. We have Ohana, which is family style character dining with Lilo and Stitch. And for adults, there is Trader Sam's Grog Grotto, which is a tiki themed bar. All right, last up on the monorail loop, we have the Contemporary Resort. And if you're taking a look at this resort and these rooms right here, hopefully you are again noticing how different this resort is from both the Polynesian and the Grand Floridian. It's much more modern. The Contemporary has a sleek, modern, mid-century design, and this is maybe one of the coolest things about the Contemporary is that the monorail runs through the main building. So if you have a kiddo that is really into trains or into transportation, that might be reason enough to stay at the Contemporary Resort. The Contemporary has those standard rooms that sleep up to 5 adults. You can take the monorail to the Magic Kingdom. Obviously, it's on the monorail loop, and you can walk to the Magic Kingdom from the Contemporary. So the Polynesian is the only one on the loop that you can't walk to the Magic Kingdom from. You can take the monorail to Epcot and the bus to all other parks. It's going to have a pool with a water slide, and then a couple of dining options that I want to highlight are Chef Mickey's, a character buffet with Mickey and Friends. This is a very popular buffet, and Steakhouse 71. All right, the last resort that we're going to talk about in this video is the Wilderness Lodge. The Wilderness Lodge is not on the monorail loop, but it is very close to the Magic Kingdom. The Wilderness Lodge has a Pacific Northwest National Park Lodge type look and feel. It's cozy, rustic, and woodsy, but elegant. Remember, this is a deluxe resort. The standard rooms in the Wilderness Lodge do not sleep 5. They're only going to sleep 4, so keep that in mind with the size of your family. And again, you're not going to be taking the monorail to the Magic Kingdom, but rather you would take a boat. You would take a bus to all other parks, including Epcot, and it is going to have a pool with a water slide. You've got the Copper Creek Springs pool with waterfall and slide. The two dining options that I want to highlight are the Whispering Canyon Cafe. It's a rowdy family-style meal with fun antics. I ate there a few years ago with a group of friends, and we had a great time. The staff is really, really great at interacting with families and just creating a fun atmosphere. And then finally, Storybook Dining at Artist Point is character dining with Snow White. Okay, and then the last thing that I want to do for this video is just to kind of pull up the map and just kind of give you guys the lay of the land of the resorts that we were just talking about. So we were doing the deluxe resorts in the Magic Kingdom area. This is the Magic Kingdom up here at the top. Okay, and then this right here kind of looks like train tracks a little bit. This is the monorail. So we started off with the Grand Floridian. Remember, we said that you could walk to the Magic Kingdom. This is a walking trail right here, or take the monorail. Then we moved on to the Polynesian Village Resort. So for the Polynesian, you're only going to be able to take the monorail to the Magic Kingdom. Moving over, this is the TTC. This is the Ticket and Transportation Center. So this is where you would switch over to the other monorail line if you are staying at one of these resorts and you want to go to Epcot. So if you're at the Grand Floridian, you would take the monorail over to the TTC, switch lines, and then you would head this way to go to Epcot. And then finally on the monorail loop, this is the Contemporary, and here you can really see how close the Contemporary is to the Magic Kingdom, and you can either walk or take the monorail. Okay, and then the fourth one that we talked about today is Disney's Wilderness Lodge. The monorail goes by the Wilderness Lodge, but there is no monorail stop here, so this is not considered a monorail resort. So you would get on a boat and you would take the boat over to Magic Kingdom, and you would take buses to all other resorts. Okay, I have some other videos planned for you guys. I plan to go through all of the different resorts at Walt Disney World. Reach out to me with any questions that you have.